What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the newest episode of HonesTEA with your boy John. I missed you guys so much. Let's get right into these topics, you guys. The first topic that I want to talk about is Nene Leakes being involved in this discrimination lawsuit with Bravo. Over the summer, rumors were alleged that Nene got fired from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It was also alleged that she wasn't going to be invited back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta this season. So basically, Nene's team confirmed that this was all a lie. In fact, Nene's been working on a new television series on ETV. So she may or may not be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta this season, but she is planning on coming back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta for next year's season. I really didn't think that Bravo would be that stupid to let go of Nene because she is the OG housewife and she sets the bar and she makes really good TV. And let's just be honest, when she had the new TV series, The New Normal, and it got canceled, had it not got canceled, she would have never stepped foot back in the Housewives franchise. Nene makes good TV. She is the OG housewife. She's the reason why the views are still there where they need to be. This season, I'm not for sure if she's gonna be on there as much because she is in the works of planning her own TV show and everything like that with ETV, but it may not do as good without Nene being on the show. And it's been shown multiple times because when they tried to get rid of Nene, they had to bring her back on the show because the ratings weren't that well. Other than that, I'm glad that Nene didn't get fired from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She may or may not be back on this season, but she will definitely be on next season, which is like 2022. Because, you know, 2021 is coming very, very soon. But other than that, you guys, let's go on to the next topic. So the next topic that I want to talk about is Joe Budden's love for dogs. So Joe Budden and his ex-fiancée, Sin, has been in the blogs for the last couple of days. There was a leaked audio of Joe and Sin talking about how she was being chased around the house and he was dragging her up and down the house like Joe Budden is abusive mentally and physically. And then there was some papers where I guess they were like negotiating something or like an agreement to not say X, Y, and Z. And there was a statement that's saying that Joe Budden be playing with his dogs, you know what. Now, to be honest, I don't believe everything that the media puts out because it's always to portray somebody looking like bad. There's never anything positive. But when there's a video that surfaced of him on his blog where he was playing with a dog and saying like, you don't ever want to make your dog feel good type of stuff, then it makes me question. So I'm going to show you guys the video and then we're going to come back to discuss.
Basie, it's okay.
That's my guy, right? I'm sorry.
It's a girl.
We're just
using slurs. Don't worry about it.
Why do I always want to make the dog feel good by playing with their fucking privates?
Yeah.
They like that. They
protect Stop raping my dog.
That's how I know that he's not a real animal lover.
Because I don't play with my pets.
Anybody with a pet, you come on, you did a little something down there, man, made your dog feel good.
Hell no. I've never done it.
Well, you've never.
First of all, that shit's gross. Like, I love my dogs to death, but I would never, like, play with their parts. It's like, it's just gross. Like, even thinking about that is just like, Joe Budden released a statement saying that that was his ex-girlfriend's friend who made this document up, basically saying that she was lying and all this stuff like that, which I can kind of see, but at the same time, it's just like, I don't know, man. The evidence is there. These light-skinned men been taking L's this entire week, just like Odell Beckham Jr. So Selene Powell has this podcast where she invites all of these Hollywood hoes to come up on her show, and they basically talk about the ridiculous things that these men be asking for and how they end up doing it in exchange for money. One of Selene Powell's friends said that Odell Beckham had a poop fetish. So if you guys know what a Cleveland steamer is, it's a sexual term where a man or a woman takes a dump on your chest and they ride very, very slow. So like, I found that out when I was like in 7th grade, but I wasn't into like that. It was just something that I found on the internet, just being nosy. But nevertheless, it's fucking gross. And basically she said that Odell Beckham has a fetish for that. They were FaceTiming one day and he asked her to shit in the cup for him. And then after she did that, she tried to make it as sexy as possible. He flew her out and then he wanted her to shit on his chest. I think it's ridiculous because Odell Beckham could have anybody in the world, including me, but I just don't see him doing something like that. If you guys know who Odell Beckham is, he's very clean. Everything about him, from his swag to just his personality, is fresh. Everybody that's been in Selena Powell's camp have always been lying. And if they aren't lying, then it just makes it even worse because y'all doing this for money. Like, y'all some hoes. And that's not attractive. But like I said, it's really hard to believe anything that come out of Selena Powell's friend's mouth and Selena Powell's. Because at the end of the day, like, you're hoes. And once y'all get used for what y'all good at, they kick y'all to the curb. And now all of a sudden y'all want to start exposing them. I really hope that isn't true, because if it is, then I don't think we could be together anymore. So Budden, you over there masturbating with dogs and stuff like that, keep that to yourself. I kind of believe that one, but I really have a hard time believing this whole situation with Odell Beckham, because it just doesn't seem like it. He's too clean for that. He's too fresh for that. And I know my man, and I know he don't do that. Period. So the next topic that I want to talk about is Tamar Braxton's fiance filing a lawsuit for domestic violence. David had broke up with Tamar, and then he filed a lawsuit for domestic violence, saying that Tamar be beating on him. Tamar spoke out and said that David be beating on her, and that the suicide attempt was by David, trying to make it seem like she was trying to commit suicide when he did that to her. You guys know that she attempted to commit suicide a couple of months ago due to the fact that she had a new show on WeTV, and it portrayed her looking like a bitch and an angry black woman, and she didn't like that. She swallowed a whole bunch of pills that she'd been drinking that night, and David had found her on the floor. And basically, she was saying that that was all David. I felt bad for her because I thought that WeTV was trying to portray her as this angry black woman and all those other things that she was claiming it to be. But at the same time, is that you can't get mad at what you give people to look at. I keep thinking about what happened when Kim was on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. She got mad at Andy because she was just like, mad that you was just showing me like being mean and being a bitch and doing all this stuff like that. And he was like, well, that's only thing that we had on film of you doing was being a bitch and being mean and being all of that. So if you're going to give us something to film that's something positive, then we got to see you doing something positive. Tamar is never really doing anything positive on camera, because if you see her, she's always turning up. She always got something to complain about. It's always about her not wanting to film with her sisters. It's always something with Tamar. And I'm not making an excuse for Tamar, but at the end of the day, what you put out is what you're going to get. So if you're going to continue to be a bitch on camera 24/7, then all we're going to see is you being a bitch 24/7 on camera. I don't see David putting his hands on Tamar. Like, he's very, very calm. I don't know what goes on in their household. I don't know what happens when they yell cut, but David loves him some Tamar, and he seems like the type of person that be like, okay, babe, you want to go turn up on me, turn up on me. I can see her beating on him, like literally, because Tamar, she turns up. And I heard that she done the same thing to Vince, and that's probably one of the reasons why they broke up, because then she tried to turn around and made it seem like Vince was abusive. At the end of the day, we don't know what goes on in that household. We only go off of what we see on TV and what people put out in the blogs. But at the end of the day, it's just like, I just don't see anybody beating on Tamar. Just like I don't see Tamar trying to commit suicide, because there's nothing like Tamar. If you and David are going to be done, then good. I hope that you continue to focus on yourself and your mental health and your mental stability, and continuing to do what you have to do for you and your child. Other than that, if you keep your hands to yourself, then it wouldn't be no issue. Tory Lanez finally speaks out. Over the past couple of weeks, Megan Thee Stallion went on live. She was talking about how she was protecting Tory. She finally admitted that he shot her, which we all knew because it wasn't your best friend. She was so happy to be in the car. She finally speaks out and says that you shot me. I was doing you a favor. I was trying to protect you. All of the bullshit other than calling the police on you, which was stupid on Meg's part. Somebody on Tory Lanez's team, or maybe it was Tory Lanez, basically said that they sent the text to Megan Thee Stallion saying that I got too drunk. That's so fucking lame. Instead of you apologizing, saying like, I'm sorry for shooting you, thank you for having my back even though that I shot you, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna use an excuse, I got too drunk. I really don't even care. That's why I'm not even gonna give too much light to this situation, because at the end of the day, Meg didn't turn him in. He let this man get away with shooting her. Now all of a sudden she wanna start speaking out because people thinking that she lying. I don't feel bad. I think Tory Lanez is stupid, and I think he lame as fuck for saying that he got too drunk. But at the same time, it's okay for him to make statements like this because you didn't turn him in. Now the police know that he shot you. 9 times out of 10, he probably might go to jail anyway. The next time that you cry wolf, no one's gonna run to your rescue unless you cry wolf on sight. If you don't, then they're just gonna let shit get away with it again. Tory Lanez, you are lame as fuck for that. You are super, super corny, blaming shit on alcohol for your anger problem. If I was on Tory Lanez's team, I would have never sent that shit out. If I was Tory Lanez, I would have just kept that shit to myself. You was just better off just shutting up. You just lay low and got deported back to Canada where you belong. So let's talk about the P-Valley season finale. Excellent. First of all, Mississippi bogus as hell, y'all. I couldn't believe that she did what she did. Throughout the entire season of P-Valley, Mississippi was getting her ass beat by her boyfriend. Her boyfriend was a white man. She got a baby by him, and he be beating on her. Diamond has feelings for her. Diamond went up to Mississippi baby daddy and was like, yo, like, why the fuck you keep beating on her and all this stuff like that? And he was like, I'm finna take her out of this place, and I'm done with y'all niggers. And he said a hard G. People say nigga. This nigga said girl, okay? So, you know, automatically that's an ass whooping, especially from a white person. I don't know how they got a gun in hand, but Benny was finna kill his man. He knocked it out of his hand. Mississippi grabbed a hold of the gun. She pointed the gun at Benny and was just like, bro, like, back up. Like, I'll take care of this. Like, I'm sorry. Just back up. Let him go. Please get off of him. I'm thinking when she was doing that, Benny was gonna back up and then she was gonna shoot her baby daddy. She was protecting her white, abusive ass, baby, racist ass dad. That shit blew me. Like, why would you really sit there and take up after this man? Uncle Murder and Uncle Clifford broke up, which was something I was gonna see coming anyway, because during the season finale, these producers was coming out to see Lil Murder. Uncle Clifford was a transsexual. Everybody loved Uncle Clifford, but then, you know, you always got your naysayers or whatever. Uncle Clifford was literally just doing his job. Lil Murder felt intimidated, which is like, we doing business now. You know what I'm saying? Like, going somewhere. Basically shoving Uncle Clifford off, knowing damn well they just got done having sex in the back of the car before his big ass performance. So of course, like everybody else who deal with a low-key nigga, you know, the moment that they trade, start acting up or whatever, they fellas get hurt. And so that's what happened. And so Uncle Clifford was just like, yeah, this ain't really what you want. You talk all of that stuff, you talk the talk, but you can't walk the walk. And he broke up with him. And then Lil Murder was very, very sad. Like, he started crying and stuff like that. And you knew Uncle Clifford was over it because he didn't give him Rule 24.5, which is no crying at the pain. We knew it was going to be over with, but I'm pretty sure in the next season, which is supposed to be coming very soon, I heard, that they're going to probably get back together. And Lil Murder probably might come out. I don't know. Another thing about Lil Murder, I love that blue hair. Like, if my job didn't require me to, like, have unnatural colors, by the way, red is a natural color, check the waves, I'll definitely be rocking that blue, because that's the type of blue that I've been trying to get for the longest. Season finale was very, very, very good. If you guys have not watched P-Valley, it is on Stars, so make sure you guys watch that right away, because I think season 2 is really coming around the corner. And if it's not, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like early of 2021. So you need to watch it ASAP. The last topic that I want to talk about is the Real Housewives of Potomac. Everybody is really jealous of Monique and what she has. I say everybody except for probably Candace and Karen. They are so jealous of Monique. None of these hoes have a lake house. I know Giselle definitely ain't got one. Candace ain't got one. Maybe her mama got one. Everybody had a problem with her lake house. I think the real issue was that Monique is a realist, so like she take her kids out to this lake house and they just chill and they relax. They don't think about the internet. They don't think about TV and stuff like that, but these girls were. They were looking to turn up and have fun, though I will say that was kind of a boring trip, but that's probably because Monique didn't plan on like doing big things. It was just more like a sisterhood time where we could bond and relax and not have to worry about what people were saying in the blogs and taking selfies all the goddamn time. We already got cameras right here, so all we finna do is just sit here and chill out. Later on in the episode, messy ass Candace was talking to her friend, and her friend had sent her a picture of Michael in the club, and Michael was talking about how he got a boyfriend and a wife and everything in his life is all good, and she basically went to the wrong person to relay this information to, which was Giselle. This whole situation about Michael having a boyfriend and a wife is definitely not far-fetched at all. We all know that Michael is gay, okay? We all seen his grinder, we all seen his little dick picture. We know that he's gay. We know that he is not attracted to Ashley. He keeps trying to prove his sexuality by having babies. Ashley just announced that she's pregnant again. We know he gay. I hate the fact that Candace is the first person to know about this. 2, I hate the fact that she went to Giselle about it. You and Ashley were just working on y'all friends. You should have just came to Ashley about it. Or what you should have did was you should have went to Monique, because Monique seemed to be the most coolest with Ashley right now. So you should have been like, hey, Monique, check this out. My friend just sent me this of Michael and X, Y, and Z. And I don't want to tell her to it because we just now getting back cool. I don't want y'all to think that I'm messy. I don't want y'all to think I'm this, and that. You went to Giselle, who's going to try to make it seem like what you were doing was messy. And then on last week, Ashley confirmed that all of this stuff was true. They have an entanglement, apparently. She looks good and make him look good in front of all of these executives and all this stuff like that. And then when the cameras close, he out there sucking dick. Go ahead, Michael. That's what you want to do, bitch. I'm here for it. I'm not here for you, Ashley, because you look stupid. You make it seem like you just ain't got no money of your own. You're all after Michael's money. You just trying to secure this bag, but you trying to secure it for yourself, though it's really gonna get secured for your kids only. Ashley has been on TV for 2 or 3 years now, so she should have some money. I don't understand why you have to keep trying to secure this bag with somebody that you're not even attracted to. I don't understand why you are still having sex with Michael, why you're still having kids with Michael. Just for the simple fact of the matter is that you can collect alimony and child support. That is so selfish. Bitch, get your own money. It doesn't make you look good. It makes you look stupid, and it makes you look desperate, and it makes you look broke. I'm just gonna move on from the next topic. With that being said, that is my last topic, all right? Like, share, comment, and subscribe below, you guys. I missed you guys so much. Throughout this hiatus, I've been working. I had to find a way to balance my YouTube life with my personal life and my work life. And so now I finally have a balance, you guys. I'm going to make sure that you guys get an episode from me every week. You might get some daily episodes too, depending on how hot the tea is. So like if there's something in the blogs that needs to be talked about and they can't wait until Monday, then I'm definitely going to put it out that week. You guys notice, yes, I got red hair. I said that earlier throughout the episode. I love color. I got a new haircut. I said I was going to grow my hair out, so the last couple of episodes that you've seen before, with all nice and curly and stuff like that, no, I can't do it anymore, okay? I want my hair cut. You know what I'm saying? I want to give a special shout out to everybody who watched, everybody who's been hitting me up saying like, where's HonesTEA at? Where's HonesTEA at? I know you guys really do watch my show, and it really encourages me, so thank you guys. Like, share, comment, and subscribe below, you guys. I'll be back next week with another episode.